Hey, Girl Scout Spirit of Nebraska. How is everyone today? I'm Michelle. I'm the recruiter from out in Western Nebraska, and today we are going to do a do-it-yourself DNA experiment. So you're going to need a few things that you probably have around the house. You're going to need some measuring cups, measuring spoons, isopropyl rubbing alcohol, 70%. Mine's in the freezer, so you're going to want to put it in the freezer. You're going to need a half a cup. You're going to need some salt. You're going to need water, dishwashing liquid, a small bowl or glass, and then either a cheesecloth and a funnel, or I have this funnel that I use for things. It's an old coffee filter. It's just a really, really fine funnel so that no particles can get through. A couple strawberries, a resealable plastic sandwich bag, a small jar or test tube or clear container. I just had some little plastic clear cups, so I'm using that. A bamboo skewer or a toothpick, and a notebook if you want to take any notes. So first thing you're going to do is put your alcohol in the freezer. So that's where mine is at right now. I'll have to leave you and go grab it here in a minute. And then you're going to take a half a teaspoon of salt. So I've just got my little salt container here. I've got some iron. Thank you, though. All right. You're going to need a half a teaspoon of salt. And just put it into a dish, okay? And then you're going to need a third of a cup of water, which I have already measured out and brought in here. So I've got a third of a cup of water right in here that I'm going to add to my salt. And then a tablespoon of dishwashing liquid. And it's all of this is going into the same container. So I just put mine into a bowl. Okay. And then you're going to mix that up. Try and get as much of that dishwashing liquid out into the bowl as you can. And then you can just mix it up. This is actually going to be your extraction liquid. So this is what we're going to use to separate the DNA out of the strawberries. All right, so I think mine is stirred up. My salt isn't dissolving all of the way, and I'm going to guess that's probably kind of normal. I'm not sure, but we're going to set it aside for now. All right, so if you're using the funnel and the cheesecloth, go ahead and line the funnel with the cheesecloth and then set it into a container. I'm just using a filter in a bowl. And then you're going to take 3 or 4 strawberries and you're going to put them into a plastic Ziploc bag. And you're going to want one that seals because you're going to smash this all up, and you definitely don't want to get smashed strawberries all over your house. I'm trying to get most of the air out, seal it up, and then you're going to just smash them. For 2 minutes, you're going to smash them. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on the time here, and I'm just going to sit here and smash strawberries. I thought about doing this beforehand so that you guys wouldn't have to watch me smash strawberries, but I figured we would do it live so you can kind of see what it looks like. While we're doing this, you guys make sure you're checking out our Facebook page and our website every day at 10 and 2. There is live or recorded content for you guys on all kinds of topics so that you can continue your Girl Scout experience even though we're all kind of stuck at home right now. The schedule will be changing once everybody is back in school. More to come on that once we kind of have that plan finalized, but we'll still be doing some programming at home for you guys like this, even once school is back in session, however that ends up being, whether it's virtual or a combination or you're actually in school, you'll still have access to us. And make sure you're telling everybody, like, you don't have to be a Girl Scout to watch this, it's free. All of this content that we're putting on Facebook and recording is free for you guys. So anybody can watch it, not just Girl Scouts. I'm just smashing and smashing and smashing these strawberries. It's been almost 2 minutes, a little bit longer. You kind of want this nice, I don't know, mashed up looking strawberry, I guess. Kind of liquidy, if that's a word. I don't know. I made it up. liquefied, my husband says. I like liquidy better, but it's out of your strawberries before you put them in the bag. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. You should have some strawberry mush that looks kind of like that, okay? Now you're gonna take that extraction liquid that you made with the dish soap and the salt and the water, and you're gonna take 3 tablespoons. Let me make sure that's right. Yep, 3 tablespoons, and you're gonna, it smells kind of funny. I hope it doesn't matter, but I used I used lemon dish soap, so hopefully it doesn't matter. So you're gonna take 3 tablespoons and you're gonna put it into your bag without making a huge mess, hopefully. I really don't wanna clean dish soap, salt, and water off of my kitchen table. So I'm just putting 3 tablespoons into my bag. It's a little tricky. Okay, so I've got 3 tablespoons in there, and I'm going to seal it back up part of the way. And then I'm gonna squeeze as much air out of this as I can, obviously without getting strawberry liquid everywhere. I'm gonna seal it all the way back up. And now you're going to continue kind of smashing this and mixing it around for another minute. Smash it all up. And it's kind of soapy. You want it to be a little bubbly. So this is extracting the DNA. The liquid detergent will break open the strawberry cells, which allows the DNA to spill out. And then the salt creates an environment where the different strands of DNA can gather together in a clump. So it's easier for you to see them. And as you guys know, all living things have DNA. Strawberries, humans, animals, everything has DNA. So I would definitely say my mixture is less clumpy now. Like there's not as much in here chunk-wise as far as the strawberries go. It's more liquid. I mean, there's still a few chunks in there, but it's more liquid, it's bubbly. The color hasn't changed a lot. It might have lightened up a little bit once we added in that extraction liquid, but okay. It should look something like this after your minute of squishing, okay? Okay, now we're gonna take our funnel. This is gonna be the part where we hope I don't make a mess. You're gonna pour this liquid through the funnel into another container, okay? And you're probably gonna have to do it kind of slow because the funnel and the cheesecloth, whatever you've used, is really fine. So it's gonna take a minute for it to strain this out. But the end result is you just want liquid in your bowl or cup or whatever you've used. You don't want any strawberry chunks, okay? If you do it and you get any strawberry chunks in there, you just need to run it through again. And it's probably gonna take a couple minutes for this to filter through because it is so fine. You may have to kind of wiggle it around. Okay. I'm gonna let this sit. I might have to get, well, we might be okay. I'm gonna let this sit for just a second while I go and grab my rubbing alcohol, okay? Right back. Okay, so my rubbing alcohol was in the freezer and I just went and grabbed it. It's fine to put it in the freezer, it won't freeze, so you don't have to worry about it. And let's see, my strawberries are still kind of filtering, okay? Still just kind of wiggling them around in there. Trying to get as much of that liquid and leave the pulp. Got a couple extra bamboo skewers, so I'm gonna kind of stir it around in here and just, there, that works. My strawberry pulp was kind of stuck to the sides of my container. So once I started stirring it, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see that very well, the liquid started pouring through a lot better. So just kind of mess with your filter however you need to get as much of that liquid through there without any strawberry chunks. It still smells kind of funny. Dish soap and strawberries combined is not a pleasant odor. All right, I'm gonna leave that sit there for a minute. Now, this says we need 1/4 cup of rubbing alcohol. It needs to be at least 70%, okay? So I'm gonna take, I'm hoping my little plastic container is big enough. I'm gonna take a small one here and I'm gonna measure out 1/4 cup. All right, that is 1/4 cup of rubbing alcohol. Oh, I splashed myself. Okay, so I'm reading my directions just to make sure we're doing this right. So now you're gonna take, okay, so you can throw away the strawberry mixture. Once you get as much liquid out of it as you possibly can, you can throw it away. You don't need it anymore. So for now, I'm just gonna put it right here, just so I don't make a mess, okay? Okay. Now you're gonna pour the contents, your strawberry liquid, into whatever glass you're using, a test tube, a glass jar, a clear plastic cup. It's gotta be clear. You wanna fill it about 1/4 of the way full. Okay. It's about, I don't know, I'm guessing that's about 1/4 of the way full. I might have gone a little far. Okay. Now you're gonna take and tilt this. You're gonna tilt your jar or your glass and you're gonna pour 1/4 cup of cold rubbing alcohol down the side. You don't want the alcohol and the strawberry to mix. You want the alcohol to sit on top of the strawberry. So we're gonna hope that I do this right. So very, very slowly, I'm pouring this all over my table.
Hey, we have spoon cups, so.
All right, so keep it from mixing. We managed to do that. I might add a little bit more. Okay, I did get rubbing alcohol all over my table. Okay, so the DNA is going to collect between the strawberry mix and that rubbing alcohol. Can you guys see that? Okay. So the DNA won't dissolve in your alcohol. When the alcohol is added to the mixture, the DNA precipitates out into the alcohol layer. So if you look, I don't know how good you can see it in mine. If you're doing it at home, there are strands coming up out of the strawberry into my alcohol, and I can see them. That is your strawberry DNA. Kind of cool. I never knew you could extract DNA at home in your kitchen. So if you have your, you can use a toothpick or a shish kebab skewer or whatever, you can collect some DNA. So you can dip the skewer into your solution here and pull up some strands. So all of this, I don't know, can you guys see that? It's really hard. I can see it, but I don't know if you can. But you can dip it and there's this stringy stuff that comes up. That's DNA. All of that right there is strawberry DNA. And I can kind of swirl it around in there and I can collect it. Pretty darn neat. Now I have a whole bunch of DNA on my skewer now. It's just like all glopped up around there. So that is how you just extract some DNA from strawberries at home. You might be able to try it with some other fruits. Oatmeal maybe, kiwis, and try it and see what do you get. You know, do you get better DNA from different plants? You can check it out and see. You can also try some different detergents, maybe like laundry soap. You could try laundry soap on it and see if that works. You do have to have the alcohol, of course, but you could use different detergents in your extraction liquid. So there you go. There is your strawberry DNA. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed our little science experiment today. If you have any questions, let me know. I can answer them. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week. See you guys later.